Hello guys, what's up and welcome to the new tutorial from the SketchUpArchStudio. In this tutorial we will talk about interior rendering setting in Enscape for SketchUp. So before we start this tutorial, please like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Let's get to work. I'm going to press F on my keyboard and click on the camera number 27, and you can see the result in here. We have some sofa in front of this desk. So I will minimize the Enscape at the right side and SketchUp in the left side. I'm going to click on the hide option and I want to start some adjusting. So first of all, I need to turn on the save frame in here and click on the visual setting. I want to check out my resolution. So my resolution is some number about full HD, 9020 1080. And I will start my job with the field of view. I want to focus on these Kayan wall and these woody desk. So I will reduce the field of view as I can to some number like this, about 50, and I think now it's much better than the other times. I'm gonna come back to the SketchUp environment in this place, click on this IS light profile in here, click on the Enscape objects in here, and I want to increase the luminance intensity, and you can see the fine result in here. My main color for this IS light is orange, and I can adjust it very simple and easy in any type of value and power that I want. I think 200 candela is much better for my job. So I will close it in here. I will click on the paint bucket in the SketchUp, and I want to change this tabloid in here. So I'm going to click on the Enscape material editor, and I will click on the sample paint, pick this texture up, and I will reduce the image fade to fade it out because I don't want to see the main detail of it. For example, some number about 10, something like that. It's not matter what is it. It's completely related to the lighting and design. So roughness will be increased to the 36, Metallica is 6%, and specular is 70. I will close it in here. Now I think everything is done, but how I can adjust these textures in here, like the oriented position. So it's some type of straight, narrow wood texture and pattern, but in the render we have some diagonal texture. So I will click on the Enscape material editor, sample paint, pick it up, and in here I can click on these albedo in here, and if I play with the rotation from 45 to 90, I can change the direction of my texture map. So I prefer to use diagonal. I think 45 degrees enough. I will click on the back and I can increase the intensity to some number about 112. Roughness will decrease to the 4 and Metallica can increase to the 6. Specular will be increased to the 62%. Everything is done. And now time for the rendering. But before I do this job, I want to move a little bit to the backside in the SketchUp environment. And I can click on this wall, pick it up. Cattle blue is my texture. And you can see the RGB codes of it in here, 94, 160, and 160. So I can come downside and reduce your roughness. If you want to make your render much brighter, you need some reflection. So for creating this reflection, you need some reducing roughness. So I will reduce the roughness to some type of decay number, about 38. And Metallica is 2%, specular is about 84. It helps you to reflect all the lights which face with this surface in here. I'm gonna close it in this place. I think everything is done for me right now and time for the rendering. So I will maximize the Enscape in here, click on the visual setting, and right now I will increase the exposure power to some number about 59, rendering quality to the ultra. And when you increase the rendering quality from high to ultra or medium to high, some type of changes will happen in your render. It's completely normal because it starts to calculate all the lights and powers. 57% is enough for the exposure. Field of view can be hold down 54 or maybe 51 is better, something like that. I'm going to turn on the depth of field, turn off the autofocus, so don't check it out. And I will play with the focal point to reach to the best result in here. You can see the shiny line in the Enscape environment. I want to focus on these decorations, table and lights. So I can move it, play it, and some number about 3.3 is enough. And I will decrease the depth of field to the 9%. Outline can be increased to the 7. Image bar is really important in your rendering, so I prefer to turn on the auto contrast, increase the saturation a little bit. 103% is enough. If you need some warm render, you can reduce the color temperature, and if you want some cold render, you can increase it. So I prefer to reduce it to the 5600 Kelvina. Motion blur is not important. Bloom option will be reduced to the 4, and lens flare will be reduced to the 32%. Vignette increased to the 44, and chromatic aberration is 0. Atmosphere not really effective in this shot, but try to reduce the shadow sharpness to the 6%. Artificial light brightness can be increased to the 102, and ambient brightness related to these areas, as you can see in the render. For example, these places. If you look at to my cursor, you can see these areas which can't catch enough light. So if you increase it to some number about 66, some areas will be get more brighter for you. It's work as a hyperlight in Lumion and ambient occlusion in V-Ray for SketchUp. So output is good. I prefer to use Ultra HD because I need fine quality of it. I think everything is done right now and time for the rendering. So before I render my job, I want to check out all the bars and windows. Everything is done for us, and now I'm going to click on the screenshot in here and save it on my desktop and call it decoration render. And I will click on the save option. As you can see, rendering in Enscape for SketchUp is one of the enjoyable works for 3D visualizers and architectures. You can do this job every day in different type of projects in different conditions because Enscape have some various methods and modes for rendering and creating super realistic animations. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If this content is really useful for you, please like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, thanks for your time, and goodbye.